And I've also been thinking about, you asked, what is the purpose of Tarkov? And I gave a very simplistic answer. I just said it's about completing the missions, right? Um, but it's also about building a hideout, kind of like you have the town in Settlers of Calgary now. But there's also another interesting factor about Tarkov is that it's kind of like an RPG in the sense that you can level up stats on your character. But the way you level up stats is by doing things. So you can level up your like medicine and your health and your endurance and stamina and so on. You do that by running around, taking damage, healing, and you can level up your usage on with guns and so on. So having a low level character, they're just worse at everything. Like they have lower stamina, they have worse aim. They take a little bit more damage from bleeding and so on, I believe. And by leveling up throughout the season, you just become more and more resilient. You get more stamina. I think you heal a little bit better. I'm not sure about that part, but you can carry more loot and so on. So that's kind of an interesting aspect as well. And you know how in almost all other FPS, your movement will always be the same. So it's going to be much easier for you to build up muscle memory. But in Tarkov, the movement changes depending on which armor are you wearing, which backpack are you wearing, how heavy are you, like how much loot are you carrying, and the sound changes based on your headset and so on. So you can build up muscle memory, but it will never be as precise as what you can build up in Counter-Strike, for example, because there's always variables changing a little bit. So it also means that you can play an insane amount to get better and better, but there will always be like fine-tunements and stuff you can learn here and there. And even like the scopes on your gun, you can adjust how many meters they're accurate at. So I don't know if you know anything about guns, but when you like put a rifle scope or scope on a rifle, then you can adjust it to be precise at 100 meter. And that means like you have the scope and you have the mouth of the rifle. At 100 meter, they kind of meet, right? But at 200 meters, you need to adjust it. I believe you need to adjust the scope up to be accurate because, yeah, the trajectories won't align, right? But you can also adjust it to be accurate at 200 meters, 400 meters, and so on. But you cannot have all at the same time. And if you choose it to be accurate on 200 meters, then you need to go further down for it to be accurate on 100 meters. So those are the kind of things that you can play around with like sniper scopes as well in this game. I had, and last time I was playing Tarkov, I had like the perfect spot. There was a crate that was dropped out of nowhere. I saw it first. I went up on a hill and I was sniping. This guy came over and he started looting, so he was completely still. And I had him in my sights. I aimed, I had him right in the face, and I shot and I didn't hit anything. Shot again, didn't hit. Shot 4 times, didn't hit, or something like that. That was because I had adjusted my scope wrong, so it wasn't the right distance. So I was just shooting into the ground. That was a bit frustrating, but that was my bad.